Do you have a plan for the weekend? Maybe a movie or shopping? How about preparing yourself to face the pandemic? By this time, you must have clearly known that there is no magical remedy for fighting COVID, right? The real solution is not just wearing masks, or it is not just washing your hands a million times, or not even taking a shot. You must have already seen that some of the most affluent people in the most protected environment have been affected with COVID. SARS, Ebola, MERS, swine flu, and now the COVID-19. These are some of the disasters that we faced in less than 18 years or a couple of decades. Now, scientists are also predicting that we could have many more pandemics in the foreseeable future. The reason? There are so many factors. There are about 1.7 million viruses that are available on the planet. The National Foundation of Infectious Diseases has clearly given a statement that we cannot tell when this is going to end because everything seems uncertain and there could be multiple waves and the virus could be, mutating more rapidly and the infections could be more serious. Right now, they've, told us that we are moving from an epidemic to a pandemic to an endemic. Now, what is an epidemic? An epidemic is something where it affects a large population of a nation. Pandemic is something where, the entire globe could be under threat. And now they're predicting that COVID-19 is also entering a state of endemic. An endemic is a state where the virus could just become a part of the population and just cause some outbreaks now and then. And at this point of time, it is only unrealistic to think that we can wish it away. It is time to be more proactive and take the right steps. Now, what is a vaccine? We're just trying to give you a small dose of the virus itself so that your body can produce a lot of antibodies to fight against the infection. Now, in multiple cases, people have already witnessed that even for somebody who's been administered the vaccine, they have actually been infected again. Why? Because they could be immunocompromised and the vaccine, it takes its own course to act on your body. If you're exposed to the virus before that specific period, you have a high chance of catching the infection again. In the past, for example, there have been some deadly infectious diseases, for example measles, and it has taken away so many lives in the past. But for measles, there was an excellent vaccine that was administered, but yet even today about 100,000 kids are just losing their lives for measles in a year, even though there is a vaccine available, because that's how it is. So let's not depend only on the vaccine and actually start working on things that can help you far better. People are thinking that vaccine is the one-point solution to the problem. Yes, they may help big time, no doubt about it. But let's be practical. Not everybody, not all the 7 billion people on the planet can be, injected with a vaccine. And even if they do, we don't know how long this is going to take. It's going to take anywhere between 3 to 5 years is what scientists are telling us today. So I think it is high time where we all come up with something that is more workable at a personal level and at a family level. The doctors are also helpless. You can see them, crying out for help. They're also feeling so helpless and vulnerable at this point of time. There are only so many doctors for such a huge population. And instead of just, putting all the stress on them, I think it's high time we act more responsibly. Where is the real solution? It is nowhere but inside yourself. You have to work on building your immunity. The real solution is boosting your immunity and keeping yourself equipped so your body can fight against any infection. What we can actually work on is our own immunity. Immunity starts with an I, because I think each and every one of us as individuals, it's high time to prioritize our own immunity, how we can survive the pandemic more efficiently. The real key is just working on yourself inside out, because the environment is going to be changing every now and then. And today science predicts that it's not just going to end with the second wave, but we could be having multiple waves. Let's take this time to actually boost our immunity, and be in a much safer situation. Today, most of them feel helpless. Even the doctor fraternity, the medical fraternity is so worried that they're not able to, support their patients. We as human population, as a community, could have done far better than suffer like this if only we had worked on our immunity. It is very devastating to see the numbers. What can we do about it? Now that it is there, now that we've seen that the second wave is causing more havoc than the first, what can we do about it? Now, we definitely have to adapt to a much healthier lifestyle and work on things that will ensure safety. When it comes to survival, it is not about the smartest, it's not about the richest, it has always been about the fittest. So this is a time to work on it. Now just ask yourself, it's been more than a year. How many of you have actually taken steps to, adapt to a healthy lifestyle? If you have already, kudos to you. But for all the others, please, this is the time where we have to step up. If such a tiny virus can prove that we're so vulnerable, we're so fragile, then don't we think, we can do much better than what we are doing currently? And it is my humble request to each one of us, including you and me and everybody out there, to prepare more seriously for the post-pandemic world. It's not about going back to the normal, it's about living with a new normal in a more sensible way. So I wanted to give you a lot of tips on how you can boost your system. Turn down the negative news, please. I know elders in the family, most of them, they just glued on to the news channels, and media is just showing the real news, but of course creating a lot of panic amongst the population. And understand that fear or stress actually reduces your immunity by half. So make sure you have, a big restriction on how much you watch. The bare minimum should do. Stay away from negative news as much as possible. Instead, what we can focus on is, have gratitude. During that time, you can just, instead of watching and worrying, just switch off the TV and be grateful. Show gratitude that we are alive. We are able to get the oxygen and breathe, something that most of them can't. So just be thankful, and that is a positive way to look at it. Eating right. I've told this so many times, and I still believe that even this pandemic, all you have to do is focusing on eating right, like healthy fruits and vegetables. Go for organic if possible. Today, there's ample evidence that there are a few things that your body definitely requires at difficult times like this, right? One is vitamin C. Vitamin C is extremely important, and this is something that your body cannot produce on its own, and you need it through an external diet. So sources like gooseberry or amla and oranges, lemons, all these are great sources of vitamin C. But how much can you actually consume through your regular diet is again a big question. So we offer amazing supplements. There are excellent supplements, high quality supplements that we can help you with to get the required doses of vitamin C every day. And another important thing that you have to intake is zinc. Zinc is extremely important to prep up your immunity. And for things like zinc and iron, we have amazing supplements. If you think you need help, please do contact us. So you need enough iron. Consume honey, consume turmeric. All these have anti-inflammatory properties, and it can definitely help you to fight the infection. If you are still skeptical of how supplements or nutrition can help us at this point of time, please understand that your body responds to everything based on what you eat. Immunity, the way you can fight a disease, the way you can withstand an infection, everything is going to be dependent on what kind of nourishment you are providing your body with. And we have come up with a combination of aloe vera and turmeric because these two are extremely safe, extremely proven to be working against the corona infection. And another thing that I wanted to tell was, if somebody is having breathlessness issue where the oxygen supply has gone down, consume a lot of foods that help you to produce nitrates in your body. So what happens is you produce nitric oxide in your body, and that gives sufficient amount of oxygen to all the cells. So some of the best nitrate foods are berries, and we also give this in an amazing supplement form where we have all the richest antioxidants put in a single sachet. So it's like extracts from elderberry, raspberry, blueberry, grapeseed extract. This is a very powerful combo. When you take it every day, it actually proves to be very, very useful in giving the right dose of oxygen to every cell in your body. And you know the importance of oxygen, right? It's more than the food or water. It's oxygen that people are worried today more than ever, and it's always been that case. Oxygen is the deciding factor. You need enough vitamin D or the sunshine vitamin. Please go out, stand in the sun for at least 5 to 10 minutes to start with, because vitamin D is very, very crucial in building your immunity. To make sure that all the other vitamins and minerals that you take through food are absorbed well in your body, please step out to your terrace if possible, if not at least to your balcony, in such a way that you get good amount of sunshine. Sleep is extremely important. 8 hours of sleep. I don't think, considering the amount of stress people are going through because of job losses and businesses collapsing and losing the dear ones. So all this is amounting to so much of stress and turmoil. So people don't get adequate sleep, but understand that at least 8 hours of sleep is required to make sure that your system functions at an optimal level. Another thing is exercise. Now, when it comes to exercise, ensure that you are working on your lymph nodes. So lymph nodes are like the powerhouses of your body for immunity. Your lymphatic system, or that is the system that produces white blood cells, and your white blood cells are extremely important to fight any infectious diseases. So you can work on immunity boosting exercises specifically for your lymph nodes, to activate your lymph nodes. And where are these lymph nodes present? They're present around your neck, around your gut, in the groin, armpits, also in between the lungs. So please work out. We know that movement is medicine beyond everything else. Once you start working out, that's going to really help us. Some form of active lifestyle. I'm not just saying go to the gym, that's not even possible now, but I'm just saying work on an active lifestyle where you can activate your lymph nodes and you can move. Let's also understand that cross ventilation is very, very important now that everybody is staying indoors, but some of them are not opening their doors and windows, assuming that the virus could harm them. Please understand that even doctors are recommending that cross ventilation is very, very important. What is cross ventilation? It's like the opposite sides, say north and south or east and west. Either sides, you make sure that either the doors or the windows are open so that there's good amount of air circulation. Practice yoga, because there are a lot of scientific researches that have proved. Even one from Harvard has recently proved that people who have been on some yogic practicing yoga for quite some time, they have been much more resilient to the virus and to the infection, and they're doing much, much better. We can do meditation. We can, when the time is not right to step out, you can actually take the time to go inside, deep dive inside. For meditation, there are some amazing organizations which give you free meditation techniques which are very simple to use. One I would suggest is called Heartfulness Meditation, and you can just go on to heartfulness.org and check out how you can improve your meditative skills. Another free meditation technique that we all can take advantage of is Kriya meditation from Isha Yoga. So that is also free of cost and it's available online. Please go ahead and check it out. Please do spend a lot of time in prayer, because the world needs it more than ever. And I'm always a believer of collective mass prayers and individual prayers. So let's take the time to connect with the higher source that you believe in, and ask out for help. Have faith that we as a community are going to come out of this pandemic, and it's possible when we all stand united, act more responsible. Another thing that we can all do is work on our breath, like do some breath work to enhance your lung capacity. One could be, one simple exercise that we can work on is just inhale for 1 count, hold the breath for about 4 counts, and like exhale for about 2 counts. This way you're able to increase the capacity of your lungs. Above all this, just affirm that we're going to cross this over with ease. Use positive affirmations. Every day you can just repeatedly keep telling this to yourself about 10 times in the morning, 10 times in the night, and whenever possible throughout the day, that I am healthy, I am strong, I am going to come out of this situation with total ease, joy, and glory. And you can just keep telling yourself that you are a healthy, happy individual. So the affirmation could be like, I am healthy, safe, and happy now and forever. Just to affirm yourself, because this is going to repeatedly tell your subconscious that yes, you're safe and you're healthy. Another thing that I want to tell you is keep visualizing yourself. That's the best thing that we all can do right now. Just visualize that we've all together crossed this in a very, very profound way. We've all come out of this nasty situation and we're all living a very, very healthy, safe life. And Weight Wellness Essentials have come up with some amazing immune boosters, especially to fight this kind of a pandemic, and it has worked so well. We're getting positive feedback from almost everybody who's using it. We have clients in across 14 to 15 countries, and everywhere we're getting some amazing feedback on this, and it has worked very, very well. We have a lot of incidents where the victims have been able to recover much faster.
My father-in-law was admitted in the hospital, and he was in ICU, lung infection and followed by COVID attack. That time we gave him 2 bottles, I guess, right? 2 bottles we gave, and within a week, or not even a week, within few days we could see lots of changes, and he came out of the ICU, and we started giving him, and his diabetes level came to the normal range. All were like positive feedbacks.
So these are some of the tips that I wanted to give you all. So thank you so much. Hope these tips are helpful. If you have any more queries on how you can boost your immunity, how you can be more physically and mentally equipped, please do connect with us. This is Naseema. I'm a certified holistic life coach. Let's together create a wonderful planet. Thank you so much.